Hey everybody, it's your favorite sadistic DM, Will, and I probably heap far too much on these poor players, as you've all now listened to in the last couple episodes. Boy howdy, we had a death, a new character, and now Dagon and these weird guys disguised as Cortrin and his friend. Oof. Well, anyways, I have a couple of announcements for you all before we get into this episode. We have a bonus action coming up all about Gracklestug, and I already know there were quite a few questions about what happened and the choices some of the players made. And if you have one, I need you to email us at themadnesstable@gmail.com, and I need those questions or comments in before July 1st, as we're going to be recording it soon afterwards. And while you're at it, come join us on our Discord server. We've been sharing maps, memes, speculations, hopes and fears for our adventurers, and honestly, there's some truly incredible members there to chat with, and ourselves. Also, if you can please rate and review us wherever you listen, as it really helps spread the word, and hearing from you is a huge highlight to me. It lets me know what I'm doing well, what I could do better, and honestly, some of your comments are just amazing. And for all our other socials, including our TikTok, go to linktree/themadnesstable. Thank you so much for listening, and enjoy episode 80, Dancing with Demons. All right. Well, we're here, everybody, and I think we all know what we're facing here. We've got some piranha, wide-mouthed, tentacle-head, bulbous-eyed creatures that have just torn their faces apart, revealing themselves from these gnomes.
Why are you taking so long to describe Scylla? Just tell us what we're fighting.
Sorry.
Brutal.
Wait, I thought that was an old description of Sephel. My bad. Yeah, one of them has the hand of Hester, our newfound friend here, while Artomis sits all on his own with Dawn's Edge in this cavern with a large sword sticking out of the giant skeleton in this pool of water, waiting for Scylla to return. And Scylla swims in this oddly darkened kind of temple-esque area with this large figure chained to this large kind of decorative wall and a large gargantuan eye with this purplish blue and yellow pupil and iris opening up and staring down at her, and this rumble emitting from the area around. Who wants to roll a d4 for me?
Not me.
I'll do it.
Okay. Brennan, call odds or evens first.
Ah, fuck. Okay, I'm gonna ignore that. Evens.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I love the image that Andrew said between recordings, which was Starcaller is bopping out to lo-fi.
Just lo-fi beats.
Yeah. It's lo-fi girl, just like tail wagging, just like swinging Dawn's Edge, and just hears like a blood-curdling scream from the other. Like, oh, I guess I should do my job. I guess
That sounds like a him problem. I rolled a 4 on the D4, Will.
Okay, great. Well, we're going to start with you then.
Oh, no. No, that's okay.
We're going to have some fun. Let's roll for initiative.
okay.
Artemis, you did hear this screech, so I'm going to have you go ahead and roll for initiative as well.
Perfection.
Ooh, that's a spicy meatball.
Hester, what you got?
A 24.
24. Hot damn ranger status. Artemis?
A 21.
Oh. Let's see what my creatures get here. First one. Second one. Okay. All right. Well, first up in the order is going to be Hester with a 24 there. This.
Okay. So they were right up on me.
Yes. Yeah, one of them actually has like had gripped onto your hand, and I'm going to say for the sake of this that they're not grappling you, but they like let go. Their face rips open, creating this like large flaps that kind of expand outward. Think very much like the alien from the Predator movies, the way its like mouth opens up. It's very similar. And these large piranha-like thin teeth come out, and then its head, like the skin that covers it, tears apart into these long tentacles, revealing these bulbous eyes, and then the rest of it starts to grow until it becomes a medium-sized creature. It's no longer small. And the other gnome does the same exact thing. What do you want to do?
Oh dear God, that's disgusting. Artomis, little help, bud. And I'm going to pull away and jump back towards the water, taking that those sweet AOOs. I'm going to go back 20, 30 feet. I'm going to run towards the tunnel.
Okay. Does a 19 hit you?
That does, in fact, hit me.
Okay, so it reaches out with this horribly mucus-like clawed hand and swipes at you. And you take max damage. You take 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And the other one was not close enough to take an AOO, so you are good there.
So I pull my longbow from my back, and I'm going to take a few shots here.
Okay.
Double check something real quick.
Are you shooting at the one to the north or the one to the south?
I'm going to shoot at the one to the north, the one that just had me.
Yep, and it gripped and swung at you. Sure.
Yeah, because that was oh shit, I didn't have the Google Doc open, but that was the leader, right? That was God, why can't I remember his name?
I believe it was Corton.
Yes, Corton, thank you. Yeah, so that's real messed up. I'm gonna take 2 shots at him. No, I'm going to take 3.
Oh, damn.
Because of my dread ambusher.
You son of a bitch.
If I take the attack action on the first turn of combat, I can make an additional weapon attack as part of the action.
All right, hit me already.
Okay, all right. So first attack is 16.
That is a hit.
Okay. And as a part of Dread Ambusher, it's going to do an extra D8 for this one attack.
Gosh.
It's okay, I rolled like balls. 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Second attack is a dirty 20.
Yep.
And that's going to be 8 points of piercing damage.
All right.
And then third attack, another 16.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Pretty solid hits. Nice.
Gross. 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, you launch these 3 arrows and just sinks into the chest of this former deep gnome, a companion of your people. And it just kind of growls, and then it's like large mouth like snaps shut and splits open once again, kind of screaming at you.
Okay. Did that look like it did a significant chunk of damage to it, or does it still look fairly unfazed?
It seems pretty healthy, but a little hurt.
Okay. I'm going to, as a bonus action...
Jeez.
Yeah. Rangers have bonus actions.
No!
I'm going to, as a bonus action, cast Hunter's Mark on Corton's demon thing.
Shiitake mushrooms. All right, well, I put a little red marker on him so we can try to remember that.
Yep.
Artemis, let's get over to your map, because you are, in fact, on a totally different map, and it is now your turn, my friend.
All right. So the waters in front of me are still placid. I hear the screams of Hester. Well, what was I gonna do anyway? I can't swim that well. I'm just gonna start sprinting in the other direction, which and I'll dash. That gets me 70 feet and about halfway to the cavern mouth.
Okay. Yeah, you start taking off. Dawn's edge. She's kind of crackling, and she's like, I think there's 2 of them. And she's just kind of psyching you up with what she can kind of sense out ahead. But next up are these creatures. So the first one is the one that you have now marked with Hunter's Mark, Hester, who is going to start sprinting towards you, moving 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Does it? Yes. Okay, it's got 30 feet of movement, so it's going to close in on you and start swiping and biting at you. Okay, so it has moved to the west, creeping right up on you. You're kind of standing in this puddle of water that has crept down from the chamber above where Artomis is running from. Yep. Here comes a bite that is 15.
That does not hit.
Okay, so you managed to dodge out of the way. Here comes 2 claw attacks. First one is a 21.
That hits.
Okay, you take 11 points of...
Jesus.
Oh, wait, nope. 9 points of slashing damage. I was looking at the wrong thing. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Second claw attack is a 19.
That hits.
Okay. And you take max damage again, 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Getting pretty beat up here.
Just seeing here. Okay. Yes. The next one actually doesn't move up close to you, but the former other friend actually closes his mouth, rips it open again, and emits this horrible screech that seems to echo into your mind. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, and Artomis, even though you're so far away, I need you to make it too.
Oh boy.
Stupid question, but I have to ask it. This is not considered a spell or magical effect.
No. And not a stupid question. If it helps you out, it's a good question.
Okay, that was actually a very good roll. So 22 for Hester.
Okay, you save. Artomis?
That is a 7.
You fail. Okay, you are effectively stunned, Artomis.
Boy.
Until the end of this creature's next turn. That was their psychic screech ability.
Ooh. Gross.
Yeah, it's not great. But then this one is going to move up.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Point of order. I need to roll for concentration on my Hunter's Mark.
Ah, yes, please do that.
There's an A, and it's gone.
Okay, great. Thank you for being honest there and remembering that, because I did not. The other creature moves directly to the east, closing in on Hester, and it's about 10 feet away, being 5 feet behind the other one. And we are now back at the top of the order with Hester.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to... Alright. I'm going to pull away again.
Okay. Are you disengaging, or are you just pulling away?
I don't think I can disengage. Pretty sure disengage is purely a...
It's an action. You can take it as an action to disengage, I thought.
Yeah, you can use it as an action. Use bonus action as a rogue feature.
Got you. Okay. No, I am not going to disengage. I'm going to... Yeah. I'm just going to run 30 more feet towards the tunnel.
Okay. I rolled a natural 17.
Okay, that is.
Okay. All right. I won't add the bonus then. This is another claw, and you take... Wow, I'm rolling just 6s and 5s here. That's another 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Going to do the same thing. I'm going to turn, and I'm going to fire let's do something interesting. What would you... If I wanted to apply one of my stones to my bow, would you call that an action or a bonus action?
Ooh. For you and your familiarity with it, I'll let it happen as a bonus action.
Okay. I'm going to use my spell stone that currently has divine favor in it. So for the next minute, all of my attacks are going to do an additional 1d4 radiant damage.
Okay.
So I'm going to pop that stone. That spell gem is effectively empty. And I'm going to unleash 2 attacks at Corton.
Okay. All right. Powered with this spell gem, which is something we haven't encountered yet, so this is great.
So 28 to hit.
Absolutely. Jeez.
Motherfucker. Never mind. Keep forgetting something.
Yeah, Rangers have so many add-ons, it's kind of nuts. Same with Paladins. I don't know how you guys remember everything.
That's a good... Ooh, that's a good roll. That's a spicy. So we're talking 12 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And an additional 3 points of radiant damage.
Oof. Nice. Good hit. Damn.
And then I'm going to make my second attack with Sharpshooter.
Okay.
Ooh, another natural 18, so that's 23 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit. Holy smokes. I didn't realize you took Sharpshooter. I'm in danger.
Yes, sir. Okay. Still really good. 11 points of piercing damage, so 21 points of piercing damage.
Oh!
And 4 points of radiant.
Describe your kill. Holy smokes.
So I am running away, and this thing I just imagine is like chasing me, screeching, like raking at my arms, and I tear away one last time, take this spell stone from my my belt, like smash it into the bow, and the arcana energy infuses into it, and I just do a like 180 spin, knock 2 arrows at once. The first goes right into his chest, and as he's processing that, the second arrow bursts with radiant light right into his mouth.
Beautiful. I love it. And it just face forward collapse into this pool of water, and this black inky blood starts feeding out into it. As we creep from that scene, we see the stunned Artomis sitting within the kind of cave tunnel leading out to this area. And then if this was a movie and we were following like a camera's POV, we'd go towards the pool of water, dip down past the skeleton, and into where Scylla sits below this massive eye. Are you ready for this, Sam? You guys take a look at Roll20 here.
Oh my goodness.
So here's our map here. This horrible greenish blue, pink, purple light is the eye's glow staring down at you and lighting this space. You can see the chained figure's token there on this kind of large ornamental wall. You see rumbling down the sides of this, now you can see ceilinged, vaulted kind of rotunda, or these large tentacle-like masses creeping down and wrapping and twitching about. And you see that eye kind of back up, and you see this massive, horrifying fish-like face with even larger teeth about the size of you, just reel back in this deep underwater gurgling like scream echoes out into the deep, and you just stare up at it in amazement. I need you to make a sanity check.
We knew that was coming.
Yep.
Here we go.
It's okay, we've historically been hella good at those.
Alright. My sanity is currently 13. I have a +1.
Okay, great.
Nice.
And I am rolling that, right? I'm rolling the +1 on the d20?
Yep.
It's not like a whiz? Okay.
It's okay. All you have to do is not mess it up. Oh no.
Oh no.
6.
Oh no.
Ooh.
I mean, come on. We knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, here we go. Let me bring up my madness chart. The DC was not incredibly high, but I thought you were gonna get it. I was so confident in you. I was like, Scylla's gonna get out of this.
That's how the dice work. Will.
Yeah, it is. Ooh. All right. Let's get up. How many fails have you had, by the way?
I've failed.
The last time you took a long-term madness, correct? And then that was restored.
No,
We really should have a tracker for this.
I have failed twice. I failed once after Indigo's death.
Yeah.
And then that lasted 10 minutes. And then I failed again when we were approaching the tower.
Yeah. So this escalates to an indefinite form of madness.
Oh no.
Just her second time staring into the void of
Dagon, yeah. Sam, I need you to roll me a D100, please. And this is going to manifest as a flaw.
That is a 91.
Okay. Okay, so because this is an indefinite madness, which we have now subtly become to understand manifests as a flaw for our party members here, this does not debilitate you in the moment. You are absolutely like something snaps deep within your psyche here as you see this unfathomable gargantuan creature. You are sitting in the water in front of this large naute, and let's roll for initiative between you and Dagon here as to how things are going to go.
Between you and Dagon.
That's a terrible sentence at level 6.
This better be a good initiative roll.
Oh god.
I just have to beat a demon lord.
Yep.
This initiative roll. That's it.
And you know what? I rolled really well.
It's possible that I can even roll well enough to win. Yeah, I didn't.
Oh no. What you got?
I got a 10.
Oh no. I got a 24. I rolled a nat 20.
I can't even roll that high.
Oh god. All right. Well, so they have reared back, swimming up. Their tentacles are still lashing around a couple of these very large columns that are supporting this rotunda-like ceiling. That's what was preventing Dagon from like immediately swimming down and biting you in that moment. So what Dagon does here is you just see this large, almost tentacle-like claw reach up into the depths and come down and swipe at the top of this building, and you just this large, deep reverberation as it hits that. And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as stone starts to fall down.
Okay, I gotta have a good roll in me.
You got to. Come on.
There's gotta be one.
Give me something.
14.
Okay, that's enough. You manage to dip and dive out of the way of these other stones. However, I'm going to need you to do it again as another claw comes down and this large fist hitting into the rotunda. Another huge chunk.
That one's a nat 20.
Okay, yeah. You dodge out of the way, no problem. You're swinging back and forth. Let's see. And then let's see here. Because there's a lot going on. You see them swim down towards you, and then they move to the north, and you see that they're going to try and like fish a tentacle in to try and like slap at you.
Would you say that they're making that attack blind and perhaps they have disadvantage?
Yes, absolutely. The lowest roll was a 13, making it a 28 to hit.
Yeah, that still is.
Okay. so sorry. And you are going to take... Oh my gosh, that's math. You take 26 points of bludgeoning damage as this tentacle comes in and slaps you, and you just slam right into the large stone wall. The Naute is there. It's like blindfolded eyes, its face kind of like facing towards you. And that is Dagon's turn. You are up.
I don't have a whole lot of options here. Couple of just questions as I'm like considering my options.
Yes.
Is the Naute aware of what is happening?
Yes.
Clearly locked up and unable to do anything about it.
Yes, he is currently chained up, as I said before, kind of in like this T pose, outstretched arms and legs, definitely heavily manacled, but is aware of what's happening here.
Okay, so walk with me on this journey, Will.
Yes, you sent me many questions during the week.
Like, I will not be answering any of those. Okay.
You see.
Okay, wait. First question is, do I think... No, sorry, that's irrelevant. Doesn't matter. I would like to try and... Scylla has her cloak, which would allow me to get out of here, hopefully, and swim away. But I really want to try and get the Naute out, which I know sounds a little wild. The cloak does not allow me to take anyone bigger than me. So my question is, but it does allow me to take objects with me because it allows me to take what I'm carrying.
Okay.
So what I would like to do is have Scylla attempt to get her smaller hand into the manacles between the Naute's wrist and the manacle, and then dimension door away, ripping the manacle with me.
Okay. Because of the size of this creature, you know you're only going to be able to grip one manacle.
Yes.
Okay. Which appendage are you trying to free?
Does one look stronger than the other?
I'm just asking arm or leg here.
Arm. For
Okay.
sure, arm. Yeah.
So you reach in there, you grab a hold of this large manacle, and you're just bamfing out of there. You got a range of 500 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong here, you're probably headed back towards the tunnel to... Ooh.
Oh, hell yeah.
So you're heading to the tunnel, you're going to get out of there. Okay, so it's
Cool.
about 200 feet to the cave entrance, so you can get well into there, and you already know, judging by the cave opening, that Dagon's not going to be able to squeeze in there.
So there's a part 2 of my plan. I want to have eyes on what is going on.
Okay. All right.
So I want to dimension door away. That's my action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hopefully ripping that manacle off and freeing one of the Naute's arms.
Sure.
When I'm far enough away, can I the attack that I would take doesn't really matter. I want to do a commander's strike with my action surge, which would allow me to forego an attack and use a bonus action to direct a companion to strike.
Okay.
So the bonus action, I want to command the Naute to do something on my turn.
Okay. Is there a range on how far away that companion needs to be? No? Okay. How far away did you go? Did you go the full 500 feet?
Cave entrance. I want to be able to.
Okay.
I feel like I would have to see it. To me, that seems fair. Like, how would I command them if they can't? You know.
Absolutely. Okay. I will allow this to happen. You do manage to take one of these manacles with you. You get there and you cry out to this Naute, trying to direct them. And you see them just take that arm that has now been freed and like grip their other and start ripping out as hard as they can. I'm going to make a strength check here.
Okay.
Natural 2. So they don't manage to get it, but you can...
Oh, they used to add my superiority to that.
Okay. What are we adding here?
5.
Okay. It's not quite enough,
Okay.
but you can hear what sounds like stone scraping like outside of the whirling mass that is Dagon. And you can see more of Dagon now, too. He's easily twice the size of this rotunda, which stood, I think I said like 30, 40 feet tall at the end of the columns, not including the cap. And he is just this mass of whirling tentacles, this kind of semi-humanoid upper torso body, these large arms, and this massive fish head. Okay. Well, it is now the Naute's turn, and they're going to attempt to break free of these manacles. Much better. They break their arm free, and I'm going to give them a second attempt with their legs now. And they manage to get one leg, so they are 3/4 of the way free. We're now back at Dagon. Dagon is going to start smashing into the columns. Still can't really see inside, and he's moving so fast. You can just see like the blinking lights of his eyes. Just sand and silt is being kicked up, and more of that temple is starting to crumble, and it's beginning to obscure your vision, so you can't really see what's happening inside with the Naute anymore. What do you do?
I have to dash back. My hope is that the Naute gets out and they saw, because I commanded them, they saw where I was. So hopefully they know where to go. But I have to leave.
Okay, so you start swimming, double moving back, I'm assuming through the tunnel as fast as you can.
I will dash, yeah.
Okay, so you start swimming back as fast as you can, just hearing the underwater clashing and caving in and the roars of Dagon. And then, as it comes back, it's a couple seconds later, you see from behind you, the cave illuminates ahead of you, and you just glance back and you see Dagon's face just jamming into the tunnel hole as far as he can get, and then pulling back and sticking this large arm in, and just barely getting your towards your back legs, and just its nails digging into the tunnel, dragging back. Its fish head appears again, but you manage to swim away until finally you see his body pull back and just start banging on the cavern wall in this trench, and you just see boulders starting to come down, and then this huge amount of water pressure just comes through the tunnel and starts erupting you forward until you come blasting out into the cavern where Artomis was. Now, because this is a wild ride and there's a large skeleton with a huge sword there, how do you feel about making another dex saving throw?
Feel pretty good.
Okay, let's see it.
18.
Okay, you manage, as you're coming through, to keep enough control of yourself as this water blasts forward, and you see you're headed pinpoint straight for that sword, right up towards the hilt. Looks like you could potentially wrap yourself around it or catch yourself to prevent you from blasting out and into the cavern beyond. Do you catch hold of it, or do you try to ride this?
If I'm holding that manacle chain, I'm gonna try and use that to my advantage to not grab the sword itself, but to somehow
wrap it around it. Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check here. I know we're playing a lot of Calvin Ball here, but these are big moments.
23.
Okay. You sling that manacle around, and it hoops over the hilt of this sword, and with both the pressure of the water, you catching on to this, you feel this huge tremble, and then this, and the sword and you just rip out of the body and go clattering onto the ground about 30 feet away from Artomis. So let me get your token out here. Artomis, in your frozen state, you're just like, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck? Like, what is happening behind you?
This is a very strange day.
So there you are, Scylla. Artomis, it is your turn. You are stunned, so we're now snapping back to the Deep Scions. And once they get through this turn, Artomis will be free. Okay, so we got one that is dead, and the other one, seeing his companion fall, starts moving. Gosh. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 10 feet away from Hester. Hester's got some good movement on him. And unfortunately, I don't have any ranged attacks with them. So that is their turn. Artomis, you're no longer, I believe, stunned. Yep, you are no longer stunned. Hester, it is your turn.
Okay. We're just gonna keep playing the distance game here. I'm gonna run up north back towards like the cave wall now that I think I have the upper hand in this.
Okay.
And I am just going to continue taking shots at this scion.
All right.
First one, not sharpshooter because I didn't say it, but that is a 22 to hit.
That's absolutely a hit. Thank you for being honest about sharpshooter.
Minimum damage. So that is 6. Yeah, 6 points of piercing, and then 3 points of radiant.
Okay.
Second one, I'll go ahead and do sharpshooter for.
Okay.
Gross. That is not even 8.
That is a miss.
Yeah.
But still a great scene. Hester calls out for help, and you're just dipping back. Shunk, shunk, shunk. Legolas just dropping arrows into these guys, and they're trying to run after you. Beautiful. Is that your entire turn?
No. He is going to, as a bonus action, I'm just going to pound a health potion.
Okay.
So I will roll for that.
Great. Thank you. While you are rolling for that, Artomis, it is your turn. You are now no longer stunned, and I imagine you've probably looked back now to see Scylla covered, soaked to the bone. This large, huge greatsword has landed beside her. What are you thinking?
Scylla, are you well?
I feel all right. Where's Hester?
He is in mortal danger.
I
and
didn't
I'm gonna
just see this demon priest or anything. Where's the gnome?
Where's the... I'm worried about everybody.
We'll unpack my trauma later. Where's the other guy?
Yes, Dagon is back there, and there was an Aute, and I almost died, but overall.
You follow me. And I'm gonna sprint 70 feet right to the cave entrance there.
Have you heard the term sociopath?
I mean, maybe this is Scylla's indefinite madness, this flaw of just like desensitizing. We don't know.
Sure.
Scylla, we're gonna drop you in the order here.
Okay.
You notice something. You see that huge greatsword with this very long, thin, Damascus-like blade and this overly large two-handled, hilt start shrinking in size to about the normal size of a greatsword, but still abnormally large and long in its construction. One of the best, physical, real things I could compare it to anybody that wants to Google it is, I believe they're called Danish longswords. They're very long, thin, almost spear-like, very much for piercing more than slashing. That is the best, real world example I can give to how this blade looks, but it has shrunk down to your size.
That's convenient.
That's convenient. It's almost like magic. Can you even believe it?
I don't know. It sounds a little sus to me.
Yeah, I think she's packaged her trauma for now. I would like to use an object interaction to whip that chain out that I got, attach it to the end of this new greatsword.
Okay. All right, so you just like coil it around at the end there. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you see it just like this one ring appear upon the pommel of this sword, and then the rest starts to like slowly disappear until you hold just a small length of it in your hand.
Cool. And I'm going to sprint 30 feet toward where everyone else is.
Okay, the sword remains on the ground as you still have this chain, and you didn't pick it up.
Well, I meant that was part of it. I'm sorry.
I'm like, she just wraps the chain around it and starts running. All right, she's got a sword whip. This is cool.
Hold this for me.
She just gets to the tunnel entrance.
Part of it.
Whips this giant greatsword out. Okay.
And actually, if I was down, I can probably only move 15 feet. Because I was prone, I'm assuming.
Yes, you were. As you pick up this greatsword after you've wrapped a little bit of that chain around it, you feel this insanely cold burst of ice rip through your hands. And you take... that is... Wow, okay, not as much as I was expecting there. You take 8 points of cold damage, and your hands are now frozen to this hilt as you hold this sword.
Okay, I am resistant, so I'll take 4.
Okay, great.
Cool. And worrisome, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay, now dropping down to the creature. We're in a game of give and chase here. Andrew, I'm going to go ahead and pop your token up here because you are at the beginning of this cave entrance. I'll say that you are close enough to see what is happening. You see this horrible tentacled-like creature with these piranha-like face, as I said, and you see it start chasing after Hester. You see another one has fallen in the waters before this black inky pool. And so this guy starts charging north towards Hester. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Gets up there, and it's going to start biting and clawing at the Hester. First thing is the bite. That is a natural 18.
Okay, that hits.
That's a hit. Okay. And we are going to do... you take... Where'd it go? I'm so bad at this. 6 points of piercing damage as its large, overly, lipped mouth just latches onto you, and you feel those teeth sink deep into your arm. And then it rips back, tearing at your flesh. Next comes a claw. Natural 20.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Oh, God, we're doing our homebrew rules, too. Aren't we? Yeah. Yep. So what is that? Two of the same dice at max, and then another 2, or am I totally messing this up?
No. So you roll
normal.
Damage.
Yeah, you roll standard damage, and then just add max damage to that.
Right. Okay. So thankfully you don't take a huge amount, but you still take 12 points of slashing damage.
Cool. I'm unconscious.
Okay.
Do not
Hester
have Sephel's hip pool,
down.
my guys.
Yeah. How did Sephel have the bigger hip pool than this guy?
This guy.
Sephel had 3 points, or 3 modifier points of Constitution on this guy.
Holy smokes. All right. Well, you heard it here, people. Wizards are beefier than rangers.
Correct.
Okay. Well, this creature only has 5 more feet of movement, so as it sees Hester go down, it turns towards the cave opening here, the splashes of Artemis' feet, and moves 5 feet diagonally to the east, headed towards Artemis. And Artemis, you are up.
Oh, hell yeah. You made a classic strategic error, my friend.
No, I didn't. What you gonna do about it?
I'm
Classic blunders.
gonna move 75 feet exactly now, directly to him.
Why is his axe glowing?
Beans!
Just and like the axe is out, so it's just like a velm of shadow coming towards this creature, and then just and he strikes twice towards the midsection with that shadowed blade.
That's a terrifying image. That is just like a red crackling miasma of black clouds with I'm picture like the glowing leonine eyes, like cat eyes coming out from it, like too.
Green cat eyes, and then like it's just before the necrotic blade hits, you see like the ebony fur and stark white mane.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
You want to know what death tastes like?
Hester, as he's falling, he's like, oh, it's fucked up.
Why
That's
am I
measly
aroused?
10 on the first one.
10 to hit.
Or sorry,
that is
13.
13. Okay, that's a hit.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
All right, and so that is a good old fashioned 8. So it's 6 plus 7, 13 points of necrotic.
Ooh, okay.
And he coming again.
Okay.
That's only a 12 because these rolls are
That's
bad.
still a hit.
I love this guy.
Yeah, he's he doesn't got a lot of armor on. He's just got some clothes.
All right, it's a 14 points of necrotic.
Oh my god. Okay.
And I got 2 hands. I might as well use both of them, right? I'm gonna stab him with the rapier hilt.
No! This damn rapier.
Death by shit.
Well, finally it catches up with me. That is a measly 9.
9 points of damage with this?
No, sorry.
Nine
to hit. Okay, that is a miss. Woo!
Okay, so like Artemis comes in like 2 big swings, like arcing that like gray necrosis across this guy's form. Then he like flails out with like the end of the rapier. I imagine like the sign just kind of like nope.
Yeah,
It's,
he's definitely dodging back as like these 2 other hits get in his skin, starting to literally deteriorate, and just like managed to shrink back enough after the second one to miss this broken rapier. Wow. Okay. Well, we are back to Scylla, who has this icy, frozen greatsword in her hands. You're going to take another burst of ice as this continues to creep up your arms.
And I can't drop it?
Nope. It's frozen to your hands.
Yeah.
Some might say this is weirdly some kind of attunement test. You take 10 more points of cold damage.
All right. And I will dash 60 feet.
Okay, you are about 30 feet away, I think it is, from the cave entrance, but you can now see, you just saw Artemis run off and the cries of something screaming out there. Okay, Hester.
Yes.
Make that roll, bud.
Okie doke. 11.
Okay, that's a good success. Oh wait, I totally forgot to do the creature's turn. That's fine. You didn't do anything consequential. All right, it is, even though it's hurt, it is going to slash back out at Artemis here. And because you have the darkness, I'm going to say he's at disadvantage because he can't see through that. So first here comes the bite. That is a 16 to hit. I don't think that hits you.
Nope.
Okay, here comes the claw. That's definitely a miss, with the lowest being a 2. And here comes the third one. Also a miss. So 3 whiffs. It's just trying to reach you through this cloud of darkness, but fails on every count. And it is now your turn to retaliate.
Come, creature. Death is calling.
What?
And I'm gonna swing.
Okay.
It's 23.
Absolutely. Jeez, bro.
13 points of necrotic.
Okay.
Calling again for the second swipe. Another 13.
Describe your kill.
this creature like kind of like scrapes and scrabbles like into the shadow, and like Artemis like easily steps back, and then he just comes up and like slices once through like the knee, bring it to like down onto a kneeling position, and then he just works the blade across the neck, and like its eyes burn out, and it falls.
Okay.
Woo.
Well, as one of the party is still being affected by something happening to her, we have another icy burst, stronger now like blasting out over your body. Can you withstand it? Can you withstand this test?
This is like the Master Sword test in Breath of the Wild.
Oh my god. That is 16 points of cold damage. Are you still up?
Sure am.
As you still, like, you take this damage, your body, this ice blasts over it, you see it all start to fall away from you, and your hands become free to move.
Yo.
But something, you feel the blade, like, thrumming in your hands, and you feel this connection to it now.
Okay.
What do you want to do as this odd moment happens?
Yeah, so the ice goes away, and I think she's gonna like pass the blade between her hands and kind of like continue to test it and like swing it through the air a little bit and get like, she wants to know if this is going to continue to happen. And she also, I think, will attempt to throw it with the chain attached.
Okay. You watch as you're like waving it around this very long, narrow blade, or greatsword, and you see the blade, like because of the pattern on it, as it moves and whistles through the air very quietly, it almost looks like waves dancing. It's very beautiful, and I'm going to add it to your inventory now. And you feel this kind of, this sense of like deep understanding and almost agreement from it and you.
Interesting.
I'm going ahead and equipping it for you and saying that you are attuned as you withstood its test, and it is now within your actions and inventory. But yes, you are absolutely capable of trying to throw this greatsword.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to, but I think maybe instead, well, I've got 2 of those chains, so I kind of like the idea of like, we can talk about the mechanics of it, but I think I want 2 weapons, 1 on each chain.
Okay. So you keep hold of this greatsword, deciding not to throw it.
Yeah, I don't think I could get it very far anyway.
No, it'd be a little difficult. It's definitely not meant for that.
Yeah.
Do you continue onwards into the fight, or are you still kind of in awe of this moment that has happened with you?
I'm gonna run forward because I know that there was just some crazy stuff happening. So
Okay.
yeah. If I could, I would also do my what's it called? Second wind.
Okay. Yeah, you heal yourself up, kind of calling into your own special ability, and you come out into this area and you see Artomis standing over this monstrous body. Hester is unconscious just a few feet away. And I will say we are now out of initiative. Starcaller, I'm assuming you probably go over and pump even just like a point of healing in there. And correct me if I'm wrong. You could leave him.
I
You do not know this man.
No, Artomis will cross over to our new gnomish ally. He'll bend down, putting a furred palm on his forehead, as he's seen Scylla do so many times, and he'll bump him up to 1 HP.
Okay.
I would like to examine the creature that used to be a person, because I think Scylla's still very confused on what happened here.
Yeah, no, you've been in a whirlwind of activity. You just came from this horrible moment, not moments, a handful of seconds ago, to be blasted out, and something is happening here. So yeah, you go over and you check out this creature.
Starcaller, what is... These are the underwater creatures we rescued, the miners.
I believe they were. I was watching over the pool when I heard a commotion, and I rushed forward, and then for a moment was held in place by some sort of psychic screech. But it would appear, and he looks around, that there's no other sign. It would appear that we accepted wolves into our flock. Perhaps our new friend will have more to say, and then I'll pump that healing into Hester.
I would watch yourself.
You look back, and he still has, like, the epee, like, shard in his hand. Oh, I am quite ready.
Oh God. Oh, they were nasty. And the faces split open, and oh God. Oh, they did. Oh, please tell me they're dead.
They are deceased. Looked like you took care of one of them by yourself, but please tell me what happened here.
Hester sort of props himself up off the ground. Doesn't get him much higher, but he sort of sits up. It was courting, and I was just trying to get more information from them, figure out if they had missed anything that they hadn't told us, and I turned around and I watched it happen. They just tore apart like something from the inside. Just their faces split. I've never seen anything that terrible happen to a person.
Well, it would appear that they were not people, or at least not the people we thought they were. Just disturbing, for they seem to speak truly. At least you seem to understand the people and places in which they spoke. Which either means that he looks at Hester a little worried that there's a latency period, or perhaps they have some sort of psychic ability to read the minds of their victims.
Perhaps. Yeah, Will, that's a good point. I think Hester would be very curious to, like... I mean, we don't know anything about these creatures, but...
You haven't done any investigation on them either.
Would these creatures fall under the category of fiends?
You don't think so. For as weird and alien as their physiology is, it doesn't suggest a fiendish nature.
Okay. What about just regular humanoid?
You think potentially, judging, their very humanoid-esque shape. They have these fins on their arms and their legs and whatnot, but you're still not sure because there's still so much alien about them.
Okay.
If you want to figure out exactly what they are, you can go ahead and make me a nature check.
Okay.
And anybody's welcome to do this.
The reason I'm asking is because my favorite enemies are humanoids and fiends, so I want to know if I would have advantage on that check.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so we're making nature checks?
Yep. If you want to investigate a little bit more about this guy.
Can I help Hester by helping him investigate and pointing out some salient details?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
I think I'm investigating on my
burns.
own, and I am... I got a 19.
Hester got a 17.
Okay. Scylla, it comes to you a moment before because you've seen these creatures. Hester, you've heard stories of this. Scylla, what you know is that this is something your people have referred to as a deep scion. And Hester, that name kind of rings a bell with you in a moment or two. But generally, they are people who were stolen or abducted from shore or some kind of sinking ship, and in an effort to kind of stay alive, they made some kind of bargain with an extreme entity or power from under the sea, and they surrender their body and soul or die. And they are then subjected to an ancient ritual that quite a few kind of dark, evil aquatic creatures know. And it's quite a painful method, but it transforms their bodies into these aquatic creatures that you see here that are capable of, between their odd, like, very large mouths and these tentacles, able to mimic the form perfectly of the creature they were once. And what they often do is they often try to slip back into society and begin abducting other people and dragging them out into the depths in service of these larger aquatic entities, to create more of them or sacrifice them. And so, Scylla, you would think that these gnomes in their suits, when they went out and they found this small temple and Dagon was there and they were attacked, they pleaded for their lives, some of them, at least Corden and his friend, to remain alive in some form or another, and were subjected to this ritual, turned into deep scions, and could have been sent back to bring more people to him.
This is very concerning. I think Scylla has, she's also staring back down the tunnel. I think the adrenaline is worn off and she's like processing everything. That was Dagon, Starcaller.
Yet again, you crossed swords and lived. This is no small feat, Scylla. What happened?
It is not by my own might, but of the cloak that we found. And she kind of like gestures to the one that hangs around her. There was a naute there, manacled, and I attempted to save them, but I do not know that I was successful based on that rushing wave that catapulted me through the cavern. I do not think Dagon would have caused that and attacked the cave entrance if the naute were still alive. But that being said, I do think, Hester, that these gnomes were taken by Dagon and became these creatures. Would you pull on your face, please? Just stretch it.
He reaches up and like grabs his nose, and he doesn't even pull it like half an inch. Is this hard enough for you?
How do we know it's real? Grab his face!
Starcrawler, we should keep an eye on him.
Of course. Actually, and I'll hold, again, just putting my putting Dawn Edge down and holding a hand out against Hester's forehead. I'm going to use a divine sense to see if he's a celestial fiend or undead.
Hester, are you any of those things?
I am not.
Convenient.
He's clean.
Convenient, DM. You're not.
That's exactly what a celestial fiend or undead would say.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He takes his broken epee and just stabs him through the chest.
We can't trust him.
Now, Scylla, you have spoken before our attempted rest. You spoke to us of the naute. Who are these beings, and what do they mean to you? You seem to speak to them with such ardor.
Yes, the naute are ancient Triton. I've never seen one before today, and I've never seen the like of their architecture, which you saw here, the stones that when we approach they light. They are perhaps giants would be the most, but more powerful. The Triton, our records indicate that they have created wonders and powerful things, and as I said, we've not seen them in centuries. In fact, those who those who would look for proof of the Naute, of this architecture, are laughed upon because it is so impossible to find. But I think the key here, and she gestures back to where she was swimming, I believe that we are at the bottom of Theriana's Trench in the deep lake. It is the deepest part of the lake, and I don't know of anyone who has been to the bottom and survived, but that is where we are now.
Well, you can account yourself in that lucky number, then.
It makes sense that Dagon would live there, and I
Yes.
suspect that is what is happening.
Corton and his crew told the leadership in Bligdenstone that they thought they had found ancient architecture. That is what they were looking for down here, among other things. I never thought they would get wrapped up in something like this.
I believe that it has caved in, but I should like to check.
So, and, I can't help but notice your blade, Scylla.
Oh yeah, it's fucking sick, man. No. She doesn't say that, yeah. Yo, man, let's check it. No.
Did you wrest that from the chest of that deceased giant?
No. It is sorry, I completely derailed.
You just fucking blue screened Will.
Just
Gone.
You have broken the DM.
I can just so perfectly see it just twirling around, like, oh yeah, check out this fucking shit. Like, what?
Yeah, let's go.
She like knocks Hester in the head with the pommel, and like, Starcaller has to get him up again.
Just instant goblin mode of like, oh my god, look at this shit. Sorry. Oh god.
No, it's my bad.
It's like, I know there's a demon lord down there. I'm gonna let you finish, but check out this fucking greatsword you have.
No, it is a powerful item indeed, because this was the greatsword sticking out of that skeleton. But when I flew through the cavern on riding that wave, I snagged this chain on it and pulled it free. It attuned to me and caused some damage, but it shrank. And I can now wield it.
Oh, very good. Very good indeed. We can take anything we can. If we are fleeing Zumni on one hand, Demigorgon on the other, and Dagon just before. I'll take any magical assistance we can muster.
Sorry.
Before we do leave here, and I know you want to check your cave first, I'm going to have to see if there's anything I can bring back from these folks here to prove to the leaders of Bligdenstone that I did in fact find Corton's crew, although the good that I was hoping came out of it, I don't see much of that happening anymore.
I think we can help with that. I would like to decapitate Corton.
Okay.
If you need proof.
I mean, that's gonna be proof that we found a deep scion, not that we found Corton. I was thinking more documents or equipment or personal belongings that don't include limbs.
To each their own. That's a good point. I'll search through the two bodies here. Are there any personal effects on these two formerly gnomish, formerly deep scion, currently corpses?
You actually managed to find on one of them a like receipt essentially for the value of the suits that they had brought down here, and you see that like for the sum total of it, it's 4,000 gold pieces.
Oh.
As these suits had a lot of magic, both protective and surviving, like enchantments involved with them. And it's got Corton's signature on it, and then it has a signature with all you can kind of make out is a last name that says Diggermatic on another line. So that is definitely something quite personable to be able to say these are them. And I'm just double checking one.
Do we think that we could... I mean, are these suits usable?
I mean, we can certainly bring them back. They're either usable or they're hard-proof and very valuable that I'm sure Bleak & Stone would be happy to get back as we're sort of tight on resources and material and all that.
I would like to keep one because although I can swim, Starcaller cannot.
I mean, we can certainly talk to somebody about getting you outfitted with something of the like. Just as long as we do, return first and show that we have it. I don't want to just abscond with expensive equipment.
Of course.
If you would like it, I will put it in the bag.
Sure, that'll probably be best for carrying.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, you're gonna take just one of them, or are you gonna try to take the two surviving ones?
I think because
let's take
maybe we
both.
can get like parts or something.
Okay. The one thing I forgot to mention is something about the deep scions here. As you killed them, you've seen their bodies slowly start to revert back into their deep gnome forms.
So the now
Decapitation wasn't that crazy, was it?
The decapitated head of Corton now looks like Corton's head again.
Yeah, that's this is straight out of the description of Deep Scions. It says if they're killed in their Piscine form, they're stripped of the magic that enabled them to transform, leaving behind the corpse of the person the Deep Scion once was.
Mm-hmm.
So you watch that as that happens. And you go and you start picking up the pieces of these metallic suits, stuffing them into the bag of holding, which we'll have to talk about the weight limit of what that bag of holding can carry, as these are hefty. And we'll see you guys next time.
Well, boy howdy, how about the end of that episode? That was a good one, and I'm not just saying that at the end of every episode. But I am here with more news. Yes, this is another update for our outro. We've got a couple great things going on. The first of which is we're going to be launching our first sanity check, which is a new segment we're going to do every couple months to just update all of our listeners about the great things that we have going on. So kind of like an outro, but it's going to have the whole cast, and we'll be talking about all the different things in the pipeline that we're working on for the podcast. The first one of those is going to come out in April of 2023. The other thing that we're doing that is super fun is I'm actually running a one-shot with the gang. It's a little bit of a mini adventure. We've already recorded 2 episodes. We suspect there'll be 6, although it depends on how they go through the story. So we'll be posting the first of those here pretty shortly as well. And then lastly, I just want to remind everybody about our socials. We've got memes dropping every Monday over on Twitter at The Madness Table. We've got an Instagram page that you can catch us on as well. And Will has been dropping some banger TikToks, so you can find us at The Madness Table over there as well. And I guess the last thing I'll mention is if you're interested in supporting us, if you're loving the show and want to toss a coin to your Witchers, that's us. It's going to be ko-fi.com/The Madness Table. And that's it. Until next time, when
the madness